Better community health depends on access to food, but also to fitness. What used to be thought of as an extra, regular visits to a fitness center has come to be seen as a critical factor in getting better results. That can mean better health, but it can also mean reducing the cost of treatment. That explains the expanded access to fitness offered by health providers collaborating with the Healthworks Community Fitness. An event recently took place to mark the 10th anniversary of the Healthworks Center in Upham's Corner. Joining us from the Healthworks Community Fitness is one of the members, Cindy Walker, and the Executive Director, Lauren Broadhurst. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
I want to start with Cindy Walker. Talk about what brought you to this fitness center.
Well, I had tried to exercise on my own for a while and really got nowhere. And I had a lot of health problems. And I asked my doctor if he would recommend someplace. And so he actually gave me a prescription to go to Healthworks. And some people had recommended it. And so I started going to Healthworks and slowly started exercising at my pace, you know, and I felt very comfortable there. And that's how I started.
I want to have you talk about your decision, because instead of saying, I have health problems, so I have an excuse, I'm not going to have to exercise, you didn't look at it that way. You decided you wanted to exercise.
Yeah, well, I have diabetes type 2, and the doctor said, it is now time for you to go on the needle. And I asked him, I said, can you just give me 1 more month? I'll figure it out, you know? And so that's when I really took everything serious. I changed my diet. I exercised seriously, and I ended up taking 20 pounds off the first month when I really made my decision. And my sugar level went from a 10.4 A1C to a 7.4 A1C. And if you're under 7, you're no longer borderline diabetic, you know. And so so I saw that great transition happen through just a month of serious work and losing just 20 pounds. They say if you can lose 10% of your weight, you can change your diabetes diagnosis, right? And so I had lost 10% of my weight, and it made a huge difference, and so I kept it up.
And talk about the other difference. The numbers are great, but how did you feel?
Lousy. Let me just show you what kind of medicine I was on. So this was my daily regimen. You know, this is what I took daily. I had 14 prescriptions plus over-the-counter prescriptions, and I was feeling lousy. I was weak. I couldn't even walk up the stairs. And when I started on the treadmill, I was doing 5 minutes. When I started on the bike, I could barely do 2 minutes. And then I started jump roping. And the first time I jump rope, I was lucky to do 10, you know. What I found, what I loved to do was the yoga. The yoga really helped stretch my body, give me strength back. It helped me with my breathing because I also had asthma, and my asthma was out of control for many years. And it helped me with my breathing, it helped me with my strength. And between changing my diet and exercising, it really made a difference. And then I got injured and wasn't able to exercise for almost 4 months. And after getting off all my medications, I wasn't able to exercise for 4 months. And the first medication, I had to go back on 4 medications. And one was for depression. And I was so happy when I was exercising that I truly believe that exercising by itself can help depression. And so that so many of us take medication for anxiety and depression, I think that, you know, exercising and eating right would make such a huge difference in us who have to take medication for depression, you know. And so I'm looking forward to now that I am healthy again, I'm looking forward to exercising on a regular basis and getting off all my medications again, even though it's just 4.
Lauren, talk about how the patients generally get here, because this is accessible because doctors prescribe it, so there's some coverage. But sometimes when people walk by a fitness center, they say, oh my gosh, I got to be in shape. I don't want to go in there. I wouldn't feel comfortable. But what about the comfort level?
Yeah, I think what makes us different is that we're very approachable for people. We're right in the community too, so we're not a fitness center that you'd find in a different neighborhood of Boston. We're right in Upham's Corner, right in Codman Square. So we kind of fit right in. We have women of all different ages, all different sizes, all different levels of conditioning come. And because we're all women and children exclusively, we provide a really comforting environment for people to work on their own health and fitness journeys.
So this is family friendly, not necessarily the singles crowd here.
No, definitely family friendly. Evenings are quite active with kids and moms and everything in between.
And the other thing I just wanted to add with it was that it's affordable. I mean, it makes a huge thing that to have it affordable. You know, I work near a big health club, right? And I was like, wow, maybe I can go there in the morning. It was $100 a month. $100 a month is really out of most of our ranges, you know, and in the community. And that was definitely, I said, do you have visitors passes? You know, because I'm only here a couple of times a week, you know, and but it's not affordable. Yeah. And I think that's what made the hugest difference. We have something in our community. We have other places in our community that are out of range for most people, you know. And this one is in range, and the fact that it's female, it makes a big difference that you don't, it's not about what you look like. You just go in there to get your health back and get your physicalness back, you know, and you're not competing against anybody. You know, that's the great part.
I guess there's a social dimension to you meet people, you talk with people.
Yeah, it's funny because I met some people in our yoga class, and then we met on the outside, and we were like trying to figure out where we know each other from. And then finally we figured it was the yoga class, and so you get to know people, you get to see people. We did a walking group this summer, and this spring, and as we walk, we got to know each other, and there's so many things that are happening there that just keeps bringing you there, and you get to know more people, you get to know their children, you get to know what they're about.
Laura, I know that there are many people at this fitness center who find out about it through their caregivers, but if they want more information on their own, is there some way they can follow up?
Sure. They can visit our website, which is healthworkscommunityfitness.org, or they can call us at 617-825-2800. We'd be glad to have them. One thing just to follow up on the social aspect that you were mentioning before, it's so true. Last week we celebrated our 10-year anniversary, as you mentioned, at Healthworks at St. Mary's, our location in Upham's Corner. And we had our members and volunteers speak. And though they spoke of really impressive health transformations, what was most profound was them speaking about the relationships that they've built. It was all about who they were returning to see at the fitness center, as opposed to necessarily just the exercise. It's unlike any other fitness experience I've ever had the privilege of being a part of.
Lauren, aside from the anniversary, there is one more event that's coming up in support of this program?
Yes, indeed. This Saturday, September 22nd, we will be hosting a very exciting, huge Zumba fundraiser. It will be at Royale, which is Boston's biggest nightclub. We are very excited about it. We're welcoming actually a special star from Miami who's coming to lead it for us. Her name is Heidi Torres. And it's going to be sensational. It'll be Boston's biggest event, and everybody is invited. We hope that all your viewers will come dance with us to support great cause, which is Healthworks Community Fitness. And tickets can be purchased online at healthworkscommunityfitness.org.
All right, thank you both very much, Lauren Broadhurst and Cindy Walker.
Thank you.
Healthworks Community Fitness.